All right, Isaac. So again, we're back to our hook kick now. Okay. So again, all the kicks are all determined by the space that they're done in, right, and the direction that they come. Okay. So depending on how me and my partner are facing, right now James and I both are fighting with our right foot forward. Okay. But it can change depending on if they have their left foot forward as far as how I step movement. But the concept is still the same. Understanding the way the technique comes dictates the way that I can move or cannot move. Right, or the space I have to create to be able to move, right? So a hook kick, let's just say it's throwing a hook kick from his right side. Okay, that hook kick now is coming from this backside angle, right? So one of my good movements that I like to use is that inside step. But because the hook kick is coming that way, I really can't use that inside step, right? So when the hook kick comes, again, I'm gonna kind of go away from the way the kick is coming. Here, 1, 2, all right? Again, in most cases, you very seldom have a person in point fighting that I know of that's a kicker that would just do a hook kick, unless they're like a sniper, like how I was when I used to kick. I was a sniper, all right? Unless they're like a sniper kicker, being that they can just kind of pick their leg up from anywhere and fire the kick off and still hit you with it, all right? But again, in that type of thing, guys, it's just really the space that you're able to kind of keep from those positions. But if I were to move off a hook kick again, it just depends on the space, right? I can't really go this way, because if I go that way, I'm going to go into the kick, all right? Even if I go to the outside here, depending on how that person's range is and how their hips are, they could probably still open that kick up to me this way, all right? Again, you asked about angles, but the best thing to do is if you see someone open up for a hook kick, is to step in, because there's not much that they can do once they commit to that outside knee being outside. They can't bring it back for a side kick. In most cases, they can't come back with a hook kick, and their punching will be off too. All right, so the angles on the hook kicks, I'm not saying they're impossible to do. I'm just saying it's a little bit harder because of the way that the kick comes, right? And again, it depends on how the person throws the kick too. Right now, we're just doing single kicks, but if a person throws kicks in combinations, that's a whole different base of what you're trying to do, because now it's all set up off your movement that you created by sparring with that person. Okay, so right now everything we've done has just been off a single strike as opposed to a combination. Again, if you have some people that can kick well or that are great kickers, that's going to take a little bit more science behind your movement and your footwork that you set up to throw them off as to how they're kicking and how you're going to close the space on them. All right, but again, on the hook kick, it's coming to the back side. Okay, I can go this way, 1, 2. All right. I myself personally, although I like to move to the inside, I wouldn't move to the inside because I'm moving right to the space of the kick. So again, backside would probably be the best way. If you have to take an angle, but the best angle is a straight angle. There's nothing faster, there's no angle faster than a straight line, right? So again, if he steps in, I go straight, boom, there's no way he's gonna beat that for me coming, all right? So, and for me, being a kicker, and that's, most of the time, that's sometimes how I got beat by a lot of punchers, was that they would just beat me because of the position of my leg and where my knee would have been. All right, so just kind of remembering that and knowing that in space. All right. The last one you asked about was a spinning hook kick, or spinning back kick rather. All right, so that would be if James were to take his back, his front foot across, he spins, he goes back and get me there. All right. Same thing. That kick takes a little bit more time to develop. Right. So if you're a keen fighter and you're kind of on your P's and your Q's, you would kind of see that technique coming, and your movement should be pretty easy as to how you want to accomplish, right? So again, if James were to spin on me here, right, he steps and spins straight, okay, I can take it one of two ways, all right? I can go away from the way he's spinning here and then counter, all right? Or he can spin and I can kind of get outside of it, 1, 2. All right, again, just make sure I'm outside the space, all right, because if he extends the kick, he may still be able to hit me, all right? Ultimately, when I think of angles, I believe there's 6 angle points that you always want to try to get to, right? And some of this comes or actually there's 8. All right, this comes to my Filipino stick fighting and knife fighting stuff that I've done, right? But you always have your straights. So you have straight line, all right? You have these 2 angles here. You have these 2 angles here. Then you have the angles in between there that you can kind of play with too, all right? So when you understand those spaces and where they are, okay, it kind of tells you what and where you can be depending upon what the person's doing as far as their technique goes, all right? So again, on the spinning back kick, he comes with the back kick, right? I can create space by getting away, all right? He will kind of follow through with the kick, not a hook kick though, so you want to drive the kick through, James, push it right through, just like that, okay? Or I can spin away, or I can go away from the spin. So he's spinning this way, I can come over here and get outside of it. All right, it just depends as to the timing that I've developed over that person doing it. Okay, for me, most of the time, if I see someone doing a spin like that, I'm gonna create space, let them finish their spin, and I'm right on top of them from throwing that spin, okay? And again, if I feel it's coming too straight, I'll hit one of my two angles, my right angle, my left angle, just so I make sure the kick doesn't hit me at all. All right, hope this gives you some valuable stuff that you can use in your class. Just kind of real quickly review everything, go over the left side too, so it's left foot's forward. All right, the first one we did was a side kick. Okay, a side kick comes straight here. Okay, on this one, most cases I'll go behind him. So he goes side kick, I'll scoop out, boom, boom. All right, that'll be the space I take. Again, he comes in side kick, I'll take this foot out of the way. I'll go 1, 2. All right, if I take my back foot out of the way, and he throws a kick, he still may hit me. All right, again, this is my own personal preference. All right, he kicks at me here, I take that foot, I totally get myself out of space, I come back at my left and my right. Okay, roundhouse kick. Remember the roundhouse is the direction of the roundhouse. The roundhouse is coming this way, so I can't really step this way now, because I step that way, I'm gonna get hit. Okay, roundhouse comes, I need to be able to go here, and then be able to go inside here. Again, I'm going to the power side, but I'm getting away from the direction of the kick and how it's coming. All right. If I'm using my movement and I got the space, I can then circle to the backside if that's where I need to be or I want to be. All right. But the goal is to make sure we're talking about, just someone throwing the one kick and I'm not really using movement. I'm trying to go off that one technique coming forward. Last one was a hook kick. Hook kick coming outside here. Again, it's coming this direction. So when they come in that direction, I can again step to the outside here and be right on top of him in the space. All right. Then spinning back kick. Again, in this space, if he spins, I can step here. And I'm pretty much out of the way of it. All right. So again, I hope this kind of helps. Let me know if you need anything else. Shoot me a text, give me a call. Thank you, James, for helping me out today, son. And I'll see you soon, bud. Thank you.